Hello students, I am Damini and I am going to speak about soils of India from personal tutors. Let's begin. We are beginning with soils of India as per the ICSE syllabus. First we need to understand what actually is soil. When we say soil, we mean it is essentially the loose material which forms the surface layer of the earth. You all are familiar with the word soil. On the surface of the earth, the top uppermost loose material which is found on the surface responsible for agriculture is called as soil. Now this soil not only consists of fine particles of rock material, but they also consist of weather rock particles. The soil is formed from the rocks, and as a result the broken rock pieces, which are called as weathered rock material, are also found on this upper layer. Along with that, the decaying organic matter, whatever is the plants and the animals which are decaying over there, which have fallen down, that is called as decaying organic matter, or humus is also found over there. Along with that, living organisms, water as well as air. So soil is an important component for our livelihood, for a living, and it is the topmost layer which forms the surface of the earth. The process of soil formation, is called as pedogenesis. We call it as and its study is called as pedology. We try to understand how is the soil formed, what is the process of soil formation, what are the factors which determine the formation of soil. The first factor which determines the formation of soil is climate. Formation of soil takes place due to extremes of climate, very hot temperature or very low temperature. You have read earlier that during very high temperatures the rocks, they expand, but during the night time when the rocks contract, these rocks tend to break. So because of very high temperature, very low temperature, the rocks tend to break, or it may be because of the rainfall. When the rainfall enters these pores of the rocks, it tends to dissolve it. So there are various factors, climatic factors, which determine the formation of the soil. The second one that you need to know about formation of the soil, and a very important factor about this, is the parent rock. The rock which is going to break is called as parent rock. Why we are trying to understand about parent rock? It determines the fertility of the soil, it determines the color of the soil, it determines what will be the chemical composition of the rock. So when we are saying parent rock, say suppose we are talking about India and we are talking about the Deccan Trap region. In this region, the rocks are mainly of lava origin, and that is why the rocks are rich in iron. Say red soil is rich in iron because it is formed from the soil which is rich in iron. So parent rock plays a very important role in the formation of the soil. It is from the parent rock that this process of weathering takes place and the rock is formed. And the next thing that we need to understand is the slope and the topography. Where exactly is this soil forming? Is this soil getting formed in the plain area like the northern plains? Is it getting formed in the hilly area? Or is it getting formed in a gentle slope area? Depending upon the slope, if the slope is very steep, the thickness of the soil will be very less. If the slope is gentle, the thickness of the soil will be little larger. But if it is a plain area, the soil will be deep enough because it cannot be carried away easily by the water and rain. So slope determines the thickness of the soil. It determines whether the soil will be deep or whether it will not be a deep soil. So slope and topography play an important role in soil formation. Another essential factor that determines the formation of soil is time. When I am saying time, we are saying that the soil is formed from the parent rock, and this parent rock to break may take millions of years. It may be a huge rock which will be constantly under extremes of pressure. It will break. Extreme climatic conditions, it will undergo a process that it will break. So this formation of rock soil doesn't take place within a short span of time, but it takes a number of years for formation of this topmost layer of the soil. It takes millions of years to form the soil layer. Now, when we are saying it takes millions of years to form, we need to take into consideration what actually is helping us in agriculture. It is the topsoil. The soil has different layers, and the topmost one is helping us in formation of in the agricultural purposes. If you look at the soil profile, you will find that there are 4 different layers here. One is the parent rock, above that is a second layer, and the next one is the layer of weathered rock particle. This is weathered layer as well as particles, and this is a very fine particles and some weathered layers. So when we are speaking about soil profile, it is the top soil which consists of the loose material, the living organisms, the organic matter which helps us in agriculture. You need to remember this. This has been one of the questions in previous years. The top loose material which consists of living organisms as well as it has helped in agriculture. It is the topsoil. Below this is the subsoil, and below that the weathered particles, weathered rock material. So when we are speaking about formation of soil, we said time plays an important role, because this topsoil, which takes millions of years to form, can easily be flown away, or which can be easily taken away by water, or it can be taken away by the wind. But then to again form, it will take again millions of years. So this topsoil needs to be preserved, because it is going to affect the economy if the soil gets spoiled. Now, when we look at the composition of the soil, it consists of inorganic components as well as organic components. Look at the inorganic components. The inorganic components consist of 3 different things. One is clay, sand, and the third one is chalk. When I am saying sand, it consists of silica, which is formed from the rocks. The silica is formed from the rocks. It is mainly larger particles which allow the water to percolate down easily. The clay consists of finer particles, very fine particles of the soil. They become sticky when wet. So this is the clay, this is the sand, and the third component is the chalk, which is the calcium carbonate. This is the one which gives us the calcium, which helps the plants to survive. The calcium carbonate helps the plants to survive. So inorganic component consists of sand, clay, and chalk. Based upon this, the soils are classified as sandy, where 60% of it is consisting of this silica. Clayey, where the clay material is 60%. And the third category is loamy, which consists of a mixture of these two. The loamy soil consists of mixture. This is the agriculturally most important soil, because sand allows the water to percolate. This is one which holds the things together. The loamy soil consists of both the qualities. So based upon this, the soil is of sandy, clayey or loamy. Now look at the main concern here is the soil groups of India. We are going to mainly deal with soil groups of India. When we speak about soil groups, why does India have variety of soils? What is the reason? They generally ask what could be the reason India has variety of soils. So when we think about variety of soils, the rocks vary from one region to another. It's a vast country, the longitudinal extent is vast, the latitudinal extent is vast, so there are variety of rocks which are found here. The relief feature varies from one place to another. The northern part of the country is hilly, northeastern is hilly, then the coastal region is slightly hilly. So we have relief feature which varies from one place to another. And then above that, the vegetation, that is the humus content, varies from one place to another. So this is the third part of the soil, which determines the variety of soils. Now, the Indian Council of Agricultural Research had done a survey, and according to that survey, there are 8 soil groups in India. But before we discuss about these 8 soil groups, we'll just look at geologically how can the soils of India be classified. So looking at geologically, if we look at the soils of India can be classified into 2 main groups. That is the soils of peninsular India and soils of northern India. There are 2 main groups. These soils in northern India, these are mainly the transported soil. These are formed by the transportation by the river and then later on deposited. These are transported soil. While the southern India, the soils are the soils which have been formed in the place in sight, in the place where the rock exists. We call it as in situ soil. The place where the rock exists, there itself the soil is formed. Say the red soil, we say the black soil. They are formed in regions wherever the parent rock exists. The black soil is formed in the region where the lava rocks existed. That means we are trying to say in the place where the rocks actually exist. Whereas the soils of northern India are the ones which have been transported by the rivers. It has been something like this, that the rivers from the Himalayas flow down, and as they flow down, they cut the sides of the rocks and they bring the soil along with it, which gets deposited on river banks, and then they ultimately form the soil in that region. So they are called as transported soil. These are called as in situ soils. The southern Indian soils are called as in situ soils. Example of this also includes laterite soil. The example of transported soil includes alluvial soil. This classification is geologically based. Geologically, we are saying that the soils are divided into 2 different categories. Now, we said that the soils of India can be divided into 8 different categories as per the Agricultural Council of Research in India. Looking into these 8 categories, we will be only dealing with the 4 main types of soils here. The 4 main types that we say: alluvial soil, black soil, we'll be speaking about laterite soil, and we will be speaking about the red soil. We'll be speaking about mainly about the 4 main categories of soil. Amongst these, the first one is the alluvial soil, which is one of the most important category of soil, which forms nearly 40% of the total land area is alluvial soil. It's one of the most important soil agriculturally, most important soil agriculturally. Alluvial soil formed by the deposition of the rivers. It's the transported soil. Where it is found? It is mainly found in the northern plains. This northern plains, or it is found in the delta region, the deltas of the river Mahanadi, Godavari, this delta region, or else it is found in the tidal region, where the tides come. So this soil, alluvial soil, is mainly found in regions where the plains are, or where the tides come and deposit the soil, or it may be around the delta region. Let's first look at the formation of alluvial soil. When we say formation of alluvial soil, now they can ask you questions like, how are alluvial soils formed? So when we say about formation, we are saying that the rivers carry the silt along with them and they deposit it on the river banks and the river deltas, and on these regions this soil is formed. Now alluvial soil can be classified into two types. One is the bhangar and the other one is the khadar. When we classify this, we call it as bhangar and young khadar, and we can say old bhangar soil, old bhangar, young khadar soil. Now first understand how this is formed. If this is how it is, this is the river and this is the path of the river. Over here in this bank is the khadar, over here is the khadar, and above this is bhangar. We are trying to say that the river is flowing through a stream. As it flows, it deposits some soil. This soil, because it is closer to the stream, will be deposited every year. That is why we are using the word young khadar soil. It will be deposited every year. It will be very fertile because it is getting the small particles of the rocks every year. It is getting renewed every year. Because it is renewed every year, it is called as khadar soil. It is replenished every year and it is very fine soil. The finer particles remain here and get deposited here. The bhangar is formed on whenever there is a very high level of flood. Whenever the river water crosses this level and comes here, only then it gets deposited here. So that is why we are saying it will not be deposited every year. We are calling it not very fertile. It is coarse grain. Coarse, when we say, that means that it is not very fine. It has certain larger particles of rocks into it. It is coarse grain. This is a fine grain. It is not fertile because it's not replenished every year. Okay, this is comparatively lighter in color, this is comparatively darker in color. So we are saying that this is an older Bhangar. This is found in layers above layers. Every year the soil gets deposited, but this is found in vast river beds. This is found in layers and layers. This is found in lower reaches. This is found in upper reaches. This is found in upper region. This is found in lower region. So you need to remember that Bhangar is the older alluvium. Khadar is the newer alluvium. It is more fertile. It is a finer soil. It is replenished every year. So you need to know about Bhangar and Khadar. Now we look at further about the alluvial soil. Now this soil, alluvial soil, because it is formed on the river banks, it's coming from a high altitudes and it is getting formed from here to here. So in the main question that they ask is, alluvial soil varies in texture. What do we mean when we say texture? Whether it is fine, whether it is coarse. And why does it vary from fine to coarse? As we are coming down the stream, initially when it is here, when the water is here, these particles which get deposited are not very fine ones. They are heavy particles which could not flow down. So in the upper reaches, this soil is coarse. While as we come down to the lower reaches, this soil becomes fine. From upper region to the lower region, it's flowing down a valley, it's flowing down a mountainous region. So in the upper course or in the upper region of the river, the particles are coarse, they are larger particles. There is not much of rubbing there, there is not much of the erosion work there. So the particles are the larger particles, and that is how it is coarse in the upper reaches. While as we come down to the lower reaches, these particles become finer and finer, and then this is fine at the lower reaches. So alluvial soil varies in texture. When we are saying that the alluvial soil, as we move from upper course to the lower course, varies in texture because it's becoming finer and finer. This soil, second thing that you need to know, is also known as riverine soil, because this soil is found in the regions of river basins. Okay, it's also called as riverine soils because it is found on the river basins. Now, other than this, the color also varies depending upon when it was formed. Maybe the upper region, it will be faint yellow, it may become darker at the lower reaches, or we can also say that there is a difference between the alluvial soil formed in the northern region and in the southern region. So we just look into that part also. Now when we look at the northern region and the southern region, both are transported soil, but in the northern part the color of the soil varies, while in the southern part the color of the soil is black because it flows the black soil region. This is flowing from this Deccan Trap region and getting deposited here. So as it flows and comes here, it becomes black in color. This is a black northern lava region, and this becomes a black soil here. Whereas in the northern plains, the color may vary from yellow to, depending upon the formation. The main difference between alluvial soil of northern plains and alluvial soils of southern India. The alluvial soil is also considered to be a very fertile soil because this soil is rich in potash and lime. Therefore, it is considered to be a very, very fertile soil. This is another important thing that you need to know. It's rich in potash and lime, therefore it is considered to be a fertile soil, the alluvial soil. Okay, बंद करवा दो सर, हाँ क्लोज कर देंगे, देख लेते हैं।